Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Shall we
Just
start
letting
it?
y'all know that I'm being filmed by the same cinematographer who filmed for Sorare Portrait. So just letting y'all know.
Yeah, with that, I think
Can I show them?
introduction is
No,
all.
I want to show the film fair. Can you pass that?
He is so shy about it.
Pass that film fair right now. I have a film fair award in my hands. This is real life. This looks like an Oscar. Dead ass. And do you see what it says here? Filmfare Awards Association. No, sorry. Filmfare Awards South 2022. Best cinematographer for guess which movie, bitch. Surare Portrait. I've been saying. I'm just saying. This is just damn cool.
Okay, I guess with that, our introduction is already done. Welcome to That's What She Said, Sameeha.
Yup.
Yup. Yeah, I think with that, our topic also should be known, I think. Featuring fries with potatoes.
Yes. Hi guys. Welcome back to not my show, her show. Which is much more cooler than my show. Like, I don't have to go over the Surya Reporter bit again. This is so cool. I've never actually been to like a proper like set. I have been to a set, but not like in a set in a house type beat. You get what I mean?
I get it, yeah.
It's super cool. Like, anyone who comes here, you'd be, like, intimidated. The second you enter, you're just like, dude, those cameras are huge. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Thank you, Sameeha. That was an introduction that I didn't expect, but yeah. Welcome to the show. Welcome to That's What She Said.
Thank you.
And how are you doing today?
I'm actually... It's really hot outside.
I know
I'm,
it
like,
is.
tearing up for no reason.
Yeah, actually, you are.
Yeah. It's, like, so hot outside. My eyeballs are, like, burning. So I'm not emotional. It's just...
It's the
Chennai
heat.
sun, dude.
It's the heat, guys.
Chennai veil enna panna.
So we're going to be talking about Gen Z and Millennial. I think that is the elephant in the room here. Clearly, people can tell that you're a Gen Z and I'm a Millennial. And I recently heard something. Apparently, you can tell if a person is a Gen Z or a Millennial by the way they tuck their shirt. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so.
How though?
Like, I think boomers would, like, tuck it all the way in, like, formal wear.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Millennials would probably, like, tie it in front or, like, tie it in the back. They're, like,
Okay.
more, like, tying kind of people. You get what I mean?
Okay.
Like, Gen Z, I think it's, like, more, like, effortless. Like, just one tuck. This one.
No effort.
No effort. Just so cool like that, you know? But, like, that one tuck takes several tucks, okay? So, there's definitely effort there.
Okay, so it is true then what I heard.
Yeah.
All right, Sameeha,
Yeah.
let's get into it. It's
Yeah.
Gen Z versus Millennial today. I'm a Millennial and you're a Gen Z. And I recently found this tactic, okay, to
Okay.
tell if a person is a Gen Z or a Millennial. Let me try it, okay. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, if you ask me the same question, just ask me.
How old are you?
I'll never say it. I'll always be like, how old do you think I am? You can actually tell if a person is a millennial by this, you know. I have always met my friends who, when you're asking like their age or anything, they'll never give a right answer. Like, they'll not give a straight answer at all. Like, it was easy, right?
I think it's also because the movies made it like that. You know, have you seen Sex and the City?
Yeah.
Like, which was like the sitcom back
Right.
when you guys were growing up. I think
Back when you guys were I truly feel like an old person today, guys. But yeah, okay.
I should really stop doing that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's established. Yeah.
So, like, even in that show, I think like Carrie, Samantha, all of them would just like, you know, like really avoid answering that question.
Right.
Because they were like women, and like women are coy and they wouldn't share their age, you know. But I think it's changed now.
No, it's not a women thing. Like, if you see a millennial, like I have a few friends, if you go and ask them their age, they'll never say it. They'll always be like, so நீங்க என்ன நினைக்கிறீங்க என்ன பார்த்தா எப்படி இருக்கு? These are the answers that comes out of a millennial because they don't want to tell their age because you're all 30 and above.
Yeah, maybe when I'm 30, I'd be like that too.
Maybe, yeah.
You know?
Maybe, yeah.
So, and it's also like, you know, how they say, don't ask a man their salary and don't
Yeah.
ask their woman
Their age,
their
yeah.
age or weight. So, I think also really sexist, but, but yeah, I think when I become 30, I'll probably be saying the same thing. I think it's all a cycle.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is. It really is.
So it doesn't really matter. Right now, you're interviewing, or like we're having a podcast with like
Yeah.
Millennial versus Gen Z.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a podcast with someone who's like way younger than me, you know. So
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, you know, when I was 20, we had situationships. What do you guys have?
That is so true, right? The main thing that as a millennial, when I look at a Gen Z, because my sister is a Gen Z, right? Like, you know, I always feel Gen Zs are very sorted. Like, you know, I wasn't like this when I was in my 20s. Like, you know, the first thought of நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் அந்த தாட்டே வந்து ஒரு 29-30ல தான் எனக்கு வந்ததே first time.
Okay.
Until then, I was just like, you know, chilling, going with the flow. But now I see a lot of 20-year-olds in their early 20s, they're already in their existential crisis.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to say about this?
I think it's media exposure.
Right.
You know, because when I hate to say it again, but when you guys were growing up, I feel like the circle that you had was like your tuition, your school friends, your college friends, and that was pretty much it. You know, your cousins even maybe. But now your exposure to there is like your exposure is tenfold now.
Right.
Anyone from anywhere can like view you. Anyone can view your LinkedIn profile, and your social media has become like your portfolio of like what you can do and what you can't. And because of that, I think the question of, oh, what am I doing, comes a little earlier than you expect it to come, you know.
Right.
So I think the whole Gen Z millennial difference itself is how much we're exposed to media versus how much you were.
True.
So like when you like even movies and how we view it, you know, it's like we have like OTT streaming services, and
Yeah.
we get to say the thing of like, oh, na OTT la pathukren. But
We didn't have that option,
you'd
yeah.
be like, you know, Thirutu Visiri or like Tamil Rockers or
Yeah.
something like that, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit more, it's all about media exposure and how often you're putting yourself out there. And one thing about social media is that it's a highlight reel as well. So everybody's posting their achievements all the time. Nobody's posting like what they're not doing or what they failed at. You know, it's
Right.
not very common. So, you know, when you see other people being like, oh, I won this and I got this promotion and I did that, the question is like, it's immediate, you know. You
Right.
compare yourself because
The
we're social.
validation is quick.
And the comparison is also quick, right? Because we're social beings, and when we see someone doing or thriving or being better than you, you're just like, my day ruined, you know. So like I just saw someone my age being more accomplished and like super talented, like day ruined, like I
Yeah.
hate my life. So it really has to do with media exposure, nothing
Right.
else.
Right, that's so true. So I'm just curious, right? How does a day in your life look like? What's your routine like?
I'm a content creator, so straight off the bat, like my day is going to be completely different from someone who's actually working a corporate job.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't wake up early. That's the only perk of being a content creator. JK, I get a lot of money too. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So, like, I wake up a little late in the morning, but the night before, I'll do a retro of the day. You know, I'll be like,
What's
okay,
a retro?
like a retrospect.
Okay, retrospect.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So I'll write down, or like I'll usually like collect and think about, okay, what did I do today? What is the thing to do tomorrow?
Got
you
it.
know, and usually that'll be sorted in the night itself. Like 1 o'clock, I'll sort that out. And the reason why I also sleep late is because my brother lives in the US. So I don't sleep without talking to my brother,
Okay.
which is like very weird for a 22-year-old. But we are very close, you know. We share a good.
It's not at all weird.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
So I usually even stay up till like 3 if he's busy. Like I'll be like, can you just call me back? This is so annoying.
Cute.
You know?
Okay.
So I usually like discuss stuff with my brother, and then in the morning I wake up and then I know exactly what I need to do, which is like, okay, I need to film this, I need to go here, I need to do this, I need to get this done. And like if a podcast episode is coming, I'll do like the research, watching the videos and like the interviews, and like trying to like nail the
Right.
right questions, you know. And if I'm doing tech videos, then it's like, okay, what have I missed out on in the past couple weeks because I haven't been consistent there. But I'll usually do my tech research and like, okay, what can I talk? What can I provide new there? And for my YouTube videos, I'm doing a challenge right now where I'm doing 20 different things in my 20s.
Oh.
So yeah, so I
Okay.
usually like do the thing, then write a script for it, and then film the whole thing. So yeah, it's usually just like scripting or filming or editing, so it just looks like that.
Nice, interesting.
And then in the evenings I'll go for a run.
Oh yeah, I've seen that reel of yours where you're like running with a water bottle and you're like, I'm doing this, guys.
Yeah,
Join me.
Join me. I've never actually asked anyone to join me, but I have wanted to run with people because it's actually fun activity to do with a bunch of people. Have you been running?
No.
Do you like gym often?
Not often, but yeah, I have
Yeah.
like a workout routine. yes.
Does that also, is that something that's different between Gen Z and millennials?
Which one? Like working out?
Yeah,
Like, do you guys work out?
I feel like all of us do.
I think difference between a millennial or Gen Z right now is, right, the Gen Zs have groomed themselves again, early media exposure. Like, at a 20, like you're a 20, early 20s, you're already like, you're into makeup. Like, I didn't even know how to use a lipstick when I was in 22 or 23.
Yeah.
My first lipstick was probably when I was 26 or 27 is when I got my first lipstick.
Yeah.
So all that I feel is a difference now, like the grooming happened much later for us.
Yeah.
Whereas the grooming has happened already by 11th and 12th, the kids are like, fully into makeup and skincare. Even the concept of sunscreen came to me much later when I went to the dermatologist for the first time when I was doing my first job, not even college. Second job. The second job is when my skin was looking weird and I went to the dermatologist, and that's when the concept of sunscreen was first introduced to me. But now school kids are using sunscreen, right? So
Yeah.
like those are like some really big differences that I'm seeing with
Yeah.
respect to like grooming and stuff.
How does your day look?
My day, I am an early riser.
Oh God.
So that itself is a difference. I wake up at like 6.
Wow.
Yeah,
Could never be me.
I sleep at 9:30, 10.
Okay.
So like
I'm actually trying to change it. So what are some tips and tricks you can give me?
So for me, actually, my husband changed my lifestyle. I
Okay.
used to
Get
be
a husband.
not really. The thing is, see, I used to host a night show in a radio station. So like I used to do 9 to 12 show, come back home and like go to bed by 2:33. Same like how you mentioned, wake up late. But then COVID happened, and then like I quit my job, and then I'm like, okay,
Why'd you quit it?
I felt like radio was done for me. I was there for 5 years.
Okay.
I was in radio for 5
That's
years.
fair,
And I'm
yeah.
like, okay. And at that time, the digital part of it was picking up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be stuck at radio. So I quit it. And at that time is when I met my husband as well. And he was an early riser. He'll wake up in the morning and he'll be like, wow, let's do something in the morning.
He's
Like-
that LeBron meme. Can't
Yeah.
believe this is my life.
yeah, exactly. That's who he is. He'll wake up and he'll be this happy person in the morning, and I used to get really annoyed.
Yeah, bro, I need like 1 hour, solid 1 hour to come to my senses. Like, everybody needs to avoid me for that first 1 hour.
Yeah, I used to be like that, but then it slowly changed. So I now wake up early and I take my dog for a walk. And
Chacha's
then,
in the middle over here, by the way.
yeah, you guys can't see, but she's right here. She's
Yeah,
sleeping.
She's a queenie.
Yeah, so I take her for a walk. I work out like thrice a week. If I have a workout that day, I'll go and work out, come back. I make my own breakfast, and then my sister and I, like, we have a time during the breakfast. So we have to sit, we have to do all the kada pesarade ellame.
Wow, that happens
breakfast
at
time.
breakfast?
Yeah, that happens
That's
at
crazy.
breakfast. We sit together and we
I
have
would
breakfast.
never. I think I would fight at breakfast because my mom would just insist on having eggs in the morning, and I'm like, I really don't want to have eggs because in the morning, eggs are like eggs. You know they're eggs. They smell like eggs.
Really? I have eggs every day in the morning.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's like one day the realization hits and they're like, you're eating egg. You get
Why
it?
can't you eat egg?
Because it smells like egg.
You don't like egg?
No, I love egg. It's just
Okay.
that sometimes the realization hits that you're eating a smelly egg and then it's like, no, I don't want egg. It's like, you know it. You feel it in your mouth that it's an egg.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I get
I'm
it.
so out of place.
Cool. Cool, yeah. So the breakfast happens, and then, like, if I have my dubbing gigs, I go for that. I go to the studio, finish
Have we
my
like
dub.
seen you in anything like interesting, like your dubbing gigs? Can you
I'm
do
sure.
like a line?
No.
Please.
Please. Adala romba kashto. Random, I can't do a line for sure. But I'm sure you would have seen. I have a lot of my dubs on Amazon Prime, and I've also done for films. My another film is coming out now with Hip Hop Tamara. Like, I've dubbed for the...
PT sir.
No, it's not the PT sir. It's a war film, actually.
Wow.
So I've dubbed for the
Hip
heroine.
hop Tamara doing what?
Yeah. It's yet to come out.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. And then I come back and some work, like podcast related work, if there is any research and all of that. And then my cook comes, I have to talk to him. I have to tell him what he needs to make. So the house stuff, house managing.
I think the difference between you and me is that you're married.
No! There's
No,
also
it's
a
real.
difference, right? There's
Yeah,
also...
you have a husband who wakes you up early.
No,
I
but
don't.
my husband is never here. He's always traveling. I wake up early by myself.
It's the husband, guys.
It's not the husband. I don't want to give him the credit, okay? Maybe he made the change, but now I'm doing it by myself.
I agree.
Yeah.
He says he's agreeing from outside. I'm just saying that maybe I just need a husband to get my life in check.
Guys, Sameeha is looking for a husband. I'm sure there are boys lined up.
Wow, yeah. நல்லா இருக்காங்க. நீ கண்ட.
Cool. So tell me, what are some misconceptions that you think millennials have about Gen Z? That you want to break it?
That we're lazy. You know?
Really? I don't actually think that you guys are lazy. I
Yeah,
feel
I've heard it
we are lazy. You guys are not.
I've heard it from a founder. Like, he came to my office once and he was just like, I feel like Gen Z has this problem with work-life balance, And I feel like our generation, we're more focused on not doing labor,
That is so true.
Like, we're not really toiling ourselves to, make someone else money, to be honest. Like, we're working what we're worth, and beyond that we're not going to do anything, and we're going to take the break that we need. And I feel like that comes off as snobby, or these people don't know how to work. They don't have like the work culture that we used to have. The work culture you used to have was exploitative. I need to break that down for you.
It's still there. It's still very much
Yeah,
there,
of
and there are
course.
people doing it. But yeah, I think kudos to you guys. You guys are really redefining the work culture.
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact there are few Gen Zs in my life as well who are like, if they have to choose a job, they look at remote work, they look at flexibility, they look at all of that, and then only like they
Yeah.
take up the job. What you say is so true. Like, you don't want to do the laborious part of it.
Like when my dad and all was working, he would constantly keep telling about like, I've never got to spend time with you when you were growing up because I was working so many hours, and my boss used to be so mean to me. And I'm just like, why didn't you just quit the job? But like, he's like, I had 2 children. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's completely different, because for how it was for my dad was like, you needed to provide for your family. You were the man, you had children, you had to do it. But I think now we're even deciding when to have children, when to get married. We're like really looking forward,
Yeah.
and we're not making decisions because society asks us to,
Yeah. There's also this thing that people think that Gen Zs don't get into real relationships.
Okay.
They're only after situationships.
Let me like break this down for you guys, okay? So the thing about like this term situationships and all of that, it all used to exist in when you were millennials as well.
Yeah. Now we have put a term to it.
Term to it. That's literally the only difference, And I feel like because you like labeled it as something, what I think some people are doing is that using these terms to get out of situations. It's like a get out of jail free card, Like, I know a person who gets into relationships. He'll label it as soon as he gets into it. He'll be like, this is a rebound, this is a situationship, this I really like, but I had to leave, But what I think is that this is a very, very small minority of people. There are still people who I know who are in like long lasting relationships and are in for the the long haul and stuff like that. It's just that we see the representation of like situationships and all of that because it's more trendy to talk about it.
Right.
And it's more like when people want to know what it's like to be in Gen Z relationships, it's not like these relationships don't exist. It's just that people, they know that they're in a toxic situation, or they're in a situationship, or they're doing something that isn't worthy of their time, or that's emotionally hurting them. But what I think is that they're using these labels to use it as justification,
Right.
instead of seeing it and saying like, okay, how can I improve myself?
Right.
So there's like a fine line, and I feel like that fine line needs to be redefined a little bit more, because even if you take a look at like the concept of self-love, it's a very fine line before it becomes selfish.
Yes.
So everything has a fine line, including situationships, including all of these like vague words that people think are vague. It's just about how each person looks at it. And I feel like Gen Z can be in a real relationship.
relationships,
I
okay.
definitely think it is possible. I just think that we have a bad rep.
Bro, at this age, you know too much. I wasn't like this at all when I was your age.
No, it's just that you have a problem.
Yeah.
You work on that problem.
Yeah.
You don't use that problem as an excuse to get out of things. You say you're emotionally unavailable, work on it.
Yes.
What can you do to make
Yeah.
yourself emotionally available? You don't use that as like a trump card to like be like, oh, I can't do this because I'm emotionally unavailable. I
Right.
can't do this because I'm not there.
Yeah.
What can you do to be there? Are you making that change, or are you just using these terms to get out of whatever situation you put yourself in?
Correct. So basically, I think, people who are not, who can't handle relationships in a better way, like it's there in every generation. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
Gen Zs are known now because you guys are in the limelight.
Yeah, and there's also so much media exposure.
Yes.
And like the only exposure you guys had to like love and relationships was the movies.
Yeah.
And like the rep that you guys had was all the boys were stalkers.
Yeah. True.
So
Yeah.
that was a love story that was told. Like boys thought that like stalk பண்ணிட்டு அவங்க பின்னாடியே போனா love letter எழுதுனா பொண்ணு கிடைச்சிருவா அப்படின்னு. இங்க அப்படி கிடையாது. We still like love letters though, but it's just we don't fuck with the stalking.
Yeah.
And I also think that some of the Gen Z romance movies or rom-coms are written by millennials who have a very shallow understanding of how Gen Z actually is. And because of that also we're getting a bad rep.
Can you tell an example of a film that you thought, why have they shown this?
I can't think of one right now, but I genuinely think that any movie that they think is like a good representation of like Gen Z, we're not like that. Like, okay, take Euphoria for instance.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Euphoria has a lot of themes in it, but
Right.
let's just take a look at the costume department, or even the dialogues,
Right.
or the precarious behaviors that they had as youngsters. When I was in high school, my biggest like problem was, did I have a Trimax pen or not? I did not know drugs till I went to college. I did
Yeah.
not know. I was very prudent, I think, when I was growing up. Like, I was such a prude. I was like never interested in boys. I was such a tomboy, So I don't know if it was just me. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of other people too, because we all grew up in the same like
Right.
school, right? We never had anything like that. The most like drama that we had was like a love triangle at max.
Yeah.
Which happens in every generation.
Yeah, of course. It's happened with us as well.
Yeah. So I just think that millennials should stop writing Gen Z stories. Like, if you think about it, that Delulu Solulu in Anime was like and then like even in this new film there's like thug life rules or something like that, and I'm like,
now they're trying to fit in. That's the problem.
Yeah,
like the
and
millennials
it's like
and
boomers
the
trying
boomers
to-
are trying to fit into a Gen Z crowd. That's the problem.
they like
That's
pick a
what's
couple things. They
Yeah.
like pick a couple names. They're like, oh my god, your fit is so drippy. Next time there'll be one song be like, oh, our drip is sama hip.
True, they're using all those words in the songs now. That is so true.
So
oh my
it's
god.
just a bit weird. Like, at least like have a Gen Z consultant. I'm always available.
That brings me to the next question, right? Like Gen Z seems to, like, you guys seem to have a lot going on, right? Like, let's say you, for example,
Okay.
like, you have multiple pages on Instagram itself, right? Like you have tech potato, you have fries with potato, and you have your personal profile.
Yeah.
And you said you also had like a full-time job that you just
Yeah.
quit. How do you juggle your attention between all these things?
Okay, so I don't think I juggle them very well. You know,
Okay.
I think that I have my shortcomings over there as well, because if I'm focusing on my podcast, my personal page and my tech page take a back seat, and if I'm focusing on my tech page, then everything else takes a back seat. So I feel like it also is a little bit difficult for me, and I'm not going to say it's like easy at all, because my attention is constantly divided. You know, when they say like your attention is like streamlined in just one thing,
Right.
you tend to do it so much better. But I feel like once I'm in a zone for doing something, it's hard for me to like get out of that and then do another thing.
Right.
You know, I don't think I have like a proper like functional like system where I'm doing it. I'm like constantly doing it on the fly, just being like, okay, you know what, today is a good day to do this. And like I said, I do the retro of the
Right.
previous day and what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Right.
So it's almost like I'm doing it on a day-to-day basis. So it's like one step at a time. You know,
Okay.
it's not like I have a whole thing
Thing
planned.
planned.
I have
Yeah.
a vision that's
Right.
completely different.
Right.
But like I don't have it planned like 1 month ahead or 3 months ahead or 6 months ahead. You
Right.
know, you
Right.
never know.
Yeah.
And especially in like content, you actually never know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also a very anxious person, so it helps because then
Anxiety, I think now everyone has. It's become a part of everyone.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. It's not really a Gen Z millennial thing anymore. And
Yeah.
I think again, right, like all these terms, anxiety, depression, all these terms, they வந்து எங்களுக்கு தெரிய வந்தது much later.
media exposure.
Yeah, only because of media exposure. We know something uneasy we are feeling, but I didn't know that was anxiety.
Anxiety, yeah.
I got to know much later on.
Yeah.
But now you guys know it.
Yeah.
So you're able to, treat it.
Yeah.
Like, you can go for therapy and you can
Yeah.
tell this is how I'm feeling. Back then, you're just thinking something I'm feeling, sari I don't.
No,
And,
my family actually has always been like very therapy friendly, I think.
That's nice.
Like when I remember the first therapy session I went was probably when I was 6.
What?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Oh no, sorry, 6th grade. Like
Okay.
when I was
Sixth and sixth grade, there's a big
yeah, sorry. So I went like when I was in 6th grade, because
Okay.
then I don't think that therapist did a good job either, because
Okay.
she should have known that I had ADHD right then and there, you
Right,
know,
right,
because you know, saying getting help is very easy. You know, like it takes a lot of money.
Of course.
It takes a lot of emotional strength to open up. It takes a lot of like investing in your therapist as well, as in like trusting that they'll help you, you know.
Yeah.
And what people think is that when you go to therapy, you get a solution. They'll give you a like
Yeah, like a medicine. Take it,
yeah.
இது பண்ணா சரியாயிடும்.
Yeah. And the thing about therapy is that once you go sit there, they're never going to give you any answers. They're going to try to get it out from you, you know.
True.
They're going to ask you, they're going to keep diving deeper and deeper, and you're just like, this is so irrelevant. Just tell me how to stop feeling anxious, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that people like quit therapy very fast,
Right,
you know.
right.
So I think it takes a lot of investing
does.
in a good therapist.
Correct.
And also trusting that you yourself will be able to overcome it.
Trusting the process. Yeah, that's true. There's also like a huge parenting difference that I see. Like
Gen Zs are parents?
No, I'm saying the way we got parented. That I'm saying. Like there's a big difference between me and my sister itself. Like, when I was growing up, my parents exactly told me what I should do, and I did only that. Like, I never questioned. But my sister, when she was growing up, they kind of experimented with me and they failed. And then they were like, you do whatever you want. உனக்கு என்ன வேணுமோ நீ பண்ணு. அப்படி ஆயிருச்சு. There's like a lot of small differences that actually made a huge impact in the person that she is and the person that I am itself,
Yeah.
Like, how do you see a difference in you and your brother the way it was?
Of course, bro. Like 100%. You know, it's really weird because it's the same parents. We grew up in the same environment, and like, how did I turn out like this and you turned out like that? You know, like my brother's a big introvert. You know, he's very calm, composed, very collected, very like, if something happens, he'll just compose himself and like think about what he should do. Like he's very, what do you say? He's very zen, you know.
Okay.
I'm not like that. I'm like, you saw. You saw. Like one third day, I'm just like, I'm just talking, I'm like chatting. Like, you know, there shouldn't be one silent second because then it'll be awkward.
Yeah,
You get
like
what I
that,
mean?
okay, huh.
You know, so
Yeah.
for me, I'm very extroverted, and like, at least from the way that our parents raised us, we were raised to be academics, you know. Because my dad was also very into academics. He was just like, you have to only study,
Yeah.
you know. But I had an older brother who encouraged me a lot, so he was like a third parent. So he was like a cool parent that I had. He would secretly help out because he never wanted me to have the same shortcomings he had when he
Right.
was in school or college, you
Right,
know.
right.
So more than my parents helping me out, I think my brother really did me a solid one, you know.
Nice.
He was the one who got me like my first camera, and like this was when he was in college. I'm like now thinking, how did he save up 40,000? You know, he worked like multiple different jobs, and I think that at least when me and my brother's relationship, he really like stepped up and knew that, you know, our parents aren't going to provide much more than this, so I must do something.
Right,
You know, it wasn't more of like my parents being lenient on me because he was a dude, I was a chick.
Yeah, of
So
course.
like he got the payan treatment and I got the ponnu treatment.
Puridu.
And had my parents just raised me the way that all my cousins had been raised, I would be married right now. Like I would be married right now, you know.
Right,
So it was, for him, he just foresaw, you
Right.
know, that he didn't want me to be like him or anyone else, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
So he just saw that, you know, she has the potential, why not utilize
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's very important, you know.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
One more point that I wanted to add is that I don't know if my relationship with my brother is how it is for everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
You know, because from what you are saying, like your parents had a different treatment for the both of you, right?
Yeah.
For me, actually, I think they were harder on me.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
because I was a girl and they had a certain expectation of how a girl should be.
Got it.
So maybe because your sisters also, you know, your sister, they were just like, they knew what to expect of
Right.
raising a girl already.
Right.
But they were like doing this brand new with me.
Correct. Puridama.
You know.
Yeah,
So there's also so much in society what they expect of like girls, you know,
Right.
especially if you come from my community, you know, you're really expected a lot. You're expected to be a certain way, speak a certain way, dress a certain way. You know, there's a lot of expectations from the time you're like 12.
Right.
Even as a child, I see like people commenting on like another kid, you know, that she's not wearing her hijab, and they're like, that's a baby, you
Yeah,
know, it's a
exactly.
baby.
Yeah.
So I definitely think my upbringing was completely different.
Different, yeah.
You know, so my brother was like more of a protective figure rather than, you know, someone I was competing with.
Nice.
But I was constantly competing with him. You know, I'd be like, அவனுக்கு மட்டும் Pokemon, எனக்கு மட்டும் கிடைக்கவே மாட்டேங்குது. But yeah,
Nice.
like my story itself, I think is not as similar as other siblings because there's like a lot of nuance in there.
Of course.
So, yeah. So maybe only when I was like 18 and I started making my own money, I saw freedom in my life. So till then I was like very timid and like listening to what my parents said.
Sweet. 18 la you started making money, huh?
Yeah.
We-
Wow.
exactly. Oh my goodness.
No, but I
That's
had to.
nice.
So cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I had to. It was like almost a necessity because had I not made money, then I would have never like stepped out of my comfort zone. They would have never let me done anything, you know. Even right now, do I not make, if I don't make money, I don't think they'll ever like imagine letting me be here, you know. They would have just asked me to go for the routine job, and I don't know. Just I think the decision to be a, you know, content creator, for me at least, it's right. You know, it doesn't have to be right to anyone else.
Right, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I went on a rant.
No, it's nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Interesting perspective.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's very, very nice. Cool. So we'll move on to konjam lighter things.
Yeah, please. I'm supposed to be cool Gen Z kid. I became Tattvam.
Tell me, okay. Tell me some cringe things that you think millennials do. Apparently, I read this article, and according to Gen Z, side partition is cringe.
I don't think side partitions cringe.
Thank you. I'm having one right now.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It looks. Bro, I hardly find anything cringe, bro.
Okay.
Because I usually like think from the perspective of like how does it affect me.
I think Sameeha is in a very like tattvam giving place now.
No.
She's like, let's just talk life.
No, but I genuinely think that like எல்லாமே cringe சொல்றனால you're just like, okay, what is actually cringe?
Yeah.
If everything is cringe, then nothing is cringe.
True.
You know, what are some things that millennials do? I don't even notice that. Unipa.
Do you have any millennial friend?
Yeah, I have lots.
You have lots. And do you feel that you have a difference? There's a difference between
I've
you
always
and them?
gotten along well with like my older peers. So I'm like not really sure.
I think this is also something that I'm noticing a lot from Gen Zs,
Yeah.
like at least from the kind of Gen Zs that I have in my life, like let's say my sister or like, you know, I have 2-3 other friends. They have been telling me that they get along better with the older crowd.
Yeah, I think that this whole 90s versus 2K kids thing is so forced. I love the 90s. You know, I'm literally like a early 2K kid. So like when you guys were teenagers and saying Ilta Kaseya, I was like 7 years old saying Ilta Kaseya. You know, that's the only difference. you know?
Right.
So I don't know, man. I think that we don't see age.
Okay.
Like friend ஆக்கும்போது எதுக்கு
Ah,
ஏஜ் பார்க்கணும்
புரியுது.
like if we vibe we vibe.
Right.
You know, it doesn't
The energy.
the energy.
The energy matching.
Yeah, like
okay.
if I like you and like I don't care how old you are,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I think that we don't consider like, oh, நீ சின்ன பொண்ணு நீ பெரிய பொண்ணு,
புரியுது.
and I definitely don't think like that. I think that like having that freedom of being friends with everyone itself opens you up to like so many perspectives. But now I'm still thinking about what you guys do cringe. Yeah, I think it's just talking shit about Gen Z.
Good one.
I think talking shit about Gen Z is very chuggy.
Okay. Chugi, what's that?
Like cringe, very like outdated, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
Like I think talking shit about
Chugi. Nice. Okay.
it's very how do you put it? I hate it when like millennials try hard to be Gen Z and then shit on Gen Z simultaneously.
Right. Okay. So that's Chugi for you.
Yeah.
That I think with that our discussion is coming to an end.
Wow,
Let's
this
move
is a
on.
super short podcast.
Yeah, my podcast is actually shorter compared to yours.
Yeah, I've
Yours
seen.
is like almost an hour,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Mine is like 35,
Yeah,
40
yeah.
minutes, yeah. Cool, so we have a game.
Okay.
We need to pick up chits, okay? And let's see if you know that term, and I'll pick up a chit and I'll see if I know the term, okay? So, you wanna go first?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Cotton 4K. Me right now.
Cotton?
4K.
What is that?
Like I caught you lacking. Like you did something sus and I caught it on 4K.
Oh, cotton 4K. Got
Yeah.
it, got
like
it.
4K camera quality.
Oh, puridu,
You know,
puridu.
like,
Oh,
if
that's
you-
what it is.
Yeah, if you shit on Gen Z, I'll say caught on 4K. Another 90s kid doing something cringe.
All right, cool. Adange, let's just keep it. Okay, let me take one. Okay, lit. I know lit.
Okay.
Lit is like
Long Island iced tea.
that is LIIT, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, she knows.
See, I know. Cool. Your turn.
Oh, simp.
I have no idea. What is simp?
Don't tell me
I
you
really
don't know.
don't know what is a simp. What's a simp?
She's lying only no.
Do you know what simp is?
No, she doesn't know.
I don't know. Now you truly feel like I'm a millennial, no? What's a simp?
It's you for the Surya Reporter cameraman, the cinematographer.
What is that?
You're simping for your husband.
Simping, not
like,
sharing.
No, it's like
Like trying to Mikify the other person.
yeah.
I didn't do that, okay, for Niket.
Wow. This is TMI.
Okay. Next. Let me see if I know this. Bougie. Hey, எனக்கு ஈஸியா வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. Bougie, I know. Bougie is like I'm so bougie.
Like, what does that mean?
Like, I'm too cool, right?
Yeah,
That's what it is, right?
Yeah,
Huh.
it's not cool exactly. It's like, you know, I wear a lot of designer clothes. Type
I'm
beat.
like too cool for you.
yeah, too cool. For
Yeah.
you. Dead.
Dead, okay.
Me after Mercy doesn't know the meaning of simp. Dead. So dead right now.
Okay, the next one. Can't even.
Yeah, I can't even.
I can't even. Okay, can't even is something like, I can't even believe that this girl knows too much.
Yeah.
Is it
Like,
like
I
that?
can't even believe that she knows all these Gen Z lingo. Like,
Yeah, something
Annamari,
like that.
Like, I can't even.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't even. Like, can't even.
I can't even.
Cool.
OG.
OG, what's OG?
OG is like original.
Original, yes.
Like, she's the OG, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she's the OG in the radio city. 94.1. What is it?
94. I was in Fever FM, but yeah. TBH, to be honest.
To be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you getting all the easier ones?
I know.
Like, none of these are hard, but okay. TMI, too much information.
Yes. I think, yeah, it is easy.
Damn, I literally said it like a few shots ago.
Mid. What is mid? MID.
Like, my podcast setup is mid.
Like, better.
Mid.
Mid, na?
Okay.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like,
It's like okay. Like,
okay, could you like,
it's like,
like,
mid means, okay.
yeah. Riz. Like your charisma, like how capable are you to pull someone? You know,
Okay.
your like charm basically.
Charm, right,
Yeah.
right. You have a lot of riz.
Thanks,
Sameeha.
thanks so much. I
But is
appreciate.
that the right sentence though? You have a lot of riz.
No, it's not. You have a lot of riz. Like
You are so riz. No? Oh my god, I'm so millennial.
it's like, bro, she rizzed me up. Like, oh, your riz is immaculate, bro. Your riz is rizzing.
Yeah, sick. Sick is like, it's too good, right?
Yeah.
Like, your outfit is sick.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sus.
Sus is suspicious.
Suspicious, yeah. Like you got a sus vibe. Like,
Finsta. What is Finsta?
dude, no way you don't know what a Finsta is.
I really don't know.
Day.
What is Finsta?
Okay.
Finsta?
It's like friend Insta. Like you have a separate private page for just you and your friends.
Oh.
Oh, so your private page is called Finsta.
Yeah. Like
I had
it's
no idea about this.
it's like you have you have a main account and then you have like a private account where it's just like you and your close friends. So you can like shit post as much as you want.
So that's Finsta.
Yeah.
Oh, so do you have like a Finsta account?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just say
do you
have
have
Finsta? Yeah.
It's not like Finsta
Account,
and
yeah.
all. Too old. I am too old.
Totes.
Totally.
Yeah, totally. Like I think Totes is a like it came out in like High School Musical. Totes is definitely not.
Yeah. Psych. Psych is also like this music is psych. Is it like that? Yeah, apparently இல்லையா சிரிச்சிட்டா பார்த்துட்டு what is psych? I'll give you an example. This location is psych. No? No, what is psych?
It's just funny. Psych, na, it's like you had a bad day, like psych pantamite. Psych pantamike.
Micah.
Yeah, I don't even know where this is coming from, but a lot of people are just saying mic now.
It's for everything.
Like machan ko badla mic.
Oh, is that a thing now?
I've just been hearing it a lot lately. I don't even know if that's a thing or not.
Cool. I think last one.
Cray. That's easy.
Crazy.
Crazy gal.
Crazy, I know. Okay. Basic. Basic. also I know.
Okay.
Cool. With that, the lingos
Oh my god.
come to an end.
Bro.
And it was fun. I think I learned a lot of word. Usually I'm the one who leave with a word in the end.
Oh, is it?
I think you should give me a word of the day.
Maybe you take mic.
Mic is the word.
Yeah. So like it's gender neutral. You can use it for
Mic.
anyone.
Okay.
Like instead of macha, you can be like Mike.
என்ன பண்ற Mike?
Enna pandra Mike?
என்ன man பண்ற? என்ன Mike பண்ற?
Yeah. See, you got it.
Okay.
I've been hearing it a lot lately. I don't even know where.
Wow, I haven't heard this at all. Clearly, I have all millennial friends.
It's
I don't
okay, now you
Gen Z
have me.
friends. Thank you.
Just put the red color, like, edit over here. I'm already editing now.
All right, I think with that it's come to an end. It was so much fun talking to you, Sameeha. I wasn't expecting a lot of insight from you. I thought it's going to be a fun podcast, but it ended up being such a heartwarming as well. Like, you know, so many things that came out of you was lovely to listen. Thank
my
you so
God.
much for coming to That's What She Said.
Yes.
And it was really, really nice.
I had a lot of fun. Chacha was like snoring in the middle, but it was okay. You know, I got to see a Filmfare award and hold it. Not a lot of people can say that.
Well, it's a win-win then. For that, it's time for us to leave. And like I always say, be good and do good.